Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law, 1975, laws of the state of New Jersey. The Borough Clerk has prepared a schedule of the meetings of the governing body of the Borough of Kenilworth for the year 2023. Borough Clerk has posted a true copy of the schedule on the bulletin board located at the front entrance of Borough Hall, and has mailed true copies of the schedule to the local source, the Star Ledger and the Home News Tribune, and is maintaining a copy of the schedule in her office during the year 2023. Accordingly, the notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied in regard to this meeting. Please stand for the salute to the flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Finestrella.
Here.
Councilman Moore.
Here.
Councilman Pence.
Here.
Councilman Puglisi is excused. Councilman Scurisi.
Here.
Councilman Zimmerman.
Here.
Is there a motion to accept and approve the following minutes from the work session of September 6, 2023?
Motion. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Finestrella.
Yes.
Councilman Moore.
Yes.
Councilman Pence.
Yes.
Councilman Scurisi.
Yes.
Councilman Zimmerman.
Yes.
Okay, Councilman Puglisi is excused this evening, and Councilman Morrow has the finance report.
Thank you, Mayor. We are going to be authorizing tonight the audit that was done for the borough's books in 2022. Happy to say there were 0 recommendations made by the auditors for things for us to change. And that's the report tonight.
Thank you. Department of Public Works, Councilman Finestrella.
Thank you, Mayor. The DPW report for the month of August. Highlights are that they've collected and disposed of 235.13 tons of municipal solid waste at a cost of $17,587.72. Collected and transported 215 yards of vegetation for a total cost of $4,607.50. They collected 75.88 tons of recycling for a total cost of $7,199.80 and responded to 1 emergency on-call for a tree emergency for a total of 8 hours. Tree work is continuing throughout this year, and they are making time for each week to tour and check every tree that has been reported and logged for a work request in 2023. Emergencies take precedence, but healthy trees will be trimmed and as necessary, but will not be removed at borough expense. Residents that have an option to remove the borough trees on their property at their own expense can do so by submitting a tree waiver form from our website and having it approved by borough leadership. Ongoing services regarding recycling, you're reminded that DPW's facility on 401 Sheridan Ave accepts residential deliveries of e-waste, scrap metal, motor oil, and single-stream recycling, glass, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard. The DPW facility is open weekdays from 7 a.m. to 2:30, and facility is also one Saturday of each month, which is usually the first Saturday, from 7 a.m. till noon. The next open Saturday will be October 7th. Street sweeper is coming around regularly. Special projects are ongoing throughout July, August, including maintaining community parks for summer enjoyment and ongoing work at the Kenilworth Senior Center. Renovations and paving at the Senior Center parking lot will be occurring on September 21st and 22nd. There are no parking signs already posted, and residents are asked to park elsewhere for those days. The bulk waste pickup is scheduled for October 2nd, Monday, and for the north side, the south side will be Tuesday, October 10th. Items should be placed out sundown the night before those dates. That's pretty much all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman. Department of Public Safety, Councilman Zimmerman.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a report from Chief Seuss. Just before I get into the report, I'm going to ask the chief to brief everyone on the boulevard and the situation that we had there. I know there was conflicting reports from a burst from a water pipe to an explosion with a gas pipe to conflicting reports that I received. So can you just fill everybody in on
Yeah, so we got a call just before 2 o'clock yesterday. County truck was driving westbound on the boulevard, and the water main let go. The reports came from originally when he saw it, the ground bubble up. It actually looked like an explosion due to the force of the water. So we initially thought something had exploded underneath the ground. That was erroneous. That was, of course, put out on Facebook and what have you. It was a 12-inch water line, 6-inch water line. They shut the water off for about 8 hours, as Councilman Finestrelli can attest. But the water company did a phenomenal job. They had the water back on by about 1, 2 in the morning. And then due to the size of the hole, it took them about another 6 or 7 hours to get the hole filled in, paved over, and by 7:30 this morning, the road was passable, and they still have to come back and refinish it, but the water company did a phenomenal job with it, so.
Thank you. So in Chief Seuss's report, on Friday, September 8th at approximately 1 a.m., Officer Dominic Riccelli attempted to enact a motor vehicle stop in the area of Monroe Ave and North 9th Street. The vehicle initially pulled over, but then took off when Officer Riccelli exited his patrol vehicle. The vehicle fled north on 14th Street onto Boatwright Avenue and struck a utility pole on Boatwright Avenue while attempting to turn. The driver fled on foot and was observed by Officer Riccelli dropping a handgun while exiting the vehicle. Additional agencies were called for assistance and helped set up a perimeter around the area. The suspect was found on North 9th Street several hours later. The driver, Ernest Davis of East Orange, was charged with unlawful possession of a handgun, defacing the serial number on a handgun, possession of a high-capacity magazine, narcotics possession, heroin, eluding and resisting arrest. He was remanded to the Union County Jail awaiting a detention hearing. And Chief Seuss would like to acknowledge the Union County Sheriff's Office, the Union County Police Department, Cranford Police Department, and Union Police Department for their assistance in the incident, and commend Officer Riccelli for another excellent job in removing a dangerous person and an illegal firearm and narcotics off of our streets. Since the end of the summer, Kenilworth again has seen an uptick in motor vehicle burglaries, with about a half dozen thefts from vehicles and stolen cars in the first half of this month. The thefts have occurred in various locations on both the north and south sides of town. Residents are again advised to please lock their vehicles and report any suspicious activity. In order to combat the ongoing surge of motor vehicle thefts and motor vehicle burglaries, the Kenilworth Police Department will be joining with a recently formed Union County Municipal Task Force, which will be headed by the Union County Prosecutor's Office. The unit will be comprised of officers and detectives from all over the county, and will target different towns on different nights according to crime intel data, which each town submits regarding their motor vehicle thefts and burglaries. Once we sign the memorandum of understanding to join this task force, Kenilworth Police Department officers will be assigned to the unit on an as-needed basis according to our shift staffing and workload. The task force may also be used to target shoplifters and porch pirates if crime intel data indicates other specific needs. The units will be operating in unmarked police vehicles in plain clothes. So if residents see vehicles they don't recognize, please contact our dispatch with any questions or concerns. Just a quick question on a side note, any additional catalytic converter thefts this month?
No catalytic thefts, but a lot of heavy burglars.
Okay, well that's a positive then. The Arrive program, which Chief Seuss spoke about at the last meeting, is scheduled to roll out for the Union County north side at the end of October. We'll again need to sign a memorandum of understanding with the council, with the county for participation in the program, and possibly pass a resolution if the borough attorney believes it to be necessary to participate. Also on October 7th, the Kenilworth Police Department will again be partnering with the Kenilworth Interfaith Council for the Faith and Blue Weekend. Faith and Blue is a nationwide initiative designed to foster improved community relations through positive interactions between the police and faith community. On Saturday, October 7th, we will be hosting a blood drive in the Burley High School back gym from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Anyone interested in donating at the blood drive can scan the QR code on the flyer to register. And then at noon, they'll be having a commingled softball game between the teams of police officers, fire department members, and church congregants. After the game, the police department will be hosting a community picnic at the Kenilworth PBA Hall, which is located at 36 Lafayette Place. All residents are invited to come by to donate blood, cheer on the police and fire and the churches, and/or come to the picnic for some food afterwards. And flyers are posted at various locations around Borough Hall for anyone that wants further information on that. Also, we had a police committee meeting on Wednesday, September 13th, to discuss some personnel issues. We have one of our dispatchers that is going to assume the role of a retiring admin assistant. How long has she been here now, Diane?
25 years?
Probably.
25 years?
Yeah, I think around 25 for the pension. So yeah, at least 25 years, maybe a little bit longer. Then she'll be retiring November 1st, right?
Her last day is Halloween.
Is Halloween. So we're hoping that one of our dispatchers, Angela Ludak, is going to step in. She's being trained by Diane now before she leaves. Also, we have 3, possibly 4 officers, 3 retiring, 1 possibly transferring. And we discussed how we're going to fill these vacancies with some of the past interviews we did. And Chief Seuss did reach out to 3 officers from other departments that are looking forward to transferring to the Kenilworth Police Department once that takes place. And that won't be until February of '24 when the other officers are off the books. And we also discussed going forward in the future, since some vacancies will open in the ranks, and how we're going to go about filling those. And we are going to do as we did in the past with the borough ordinance. So with interviews and the like. So that's it for my report. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman.
Mayor, if I could just add real quick, you had touched last month or last 2 weeks ago about the phone system.
Right, yes.
I talked to Lieutenant Bryson. We're waiting for a certain dispatcher to cycle back to days so that we can re-record the menu, as the case may be.
Good.
And it's not a hard, heavy lift to move the operator up to the first item on the menu there. So it should be done within a week or so. That crew has come back to days today. So as soon as we get a chance, we'll have it re-recorded, and it should be done by the weekend.
Great, thank you very much, Chief. Okay, planning and zoning, Councilman Morrow.
Thank you. Okay, I'll start with planning, because there's nothing of substance to report for planning. It's been a quiet summer. We have about 3 applications being reviewed for completeness, but again, that's really it, no activity from the board. For code enforcement, we're seeing the typical high grass complaints that you're going to see after cooler and wetter weather, just like we've been having over the last few weeks. So no surprise there. As I noted in the workshop, we had the resident come in last council meeting to talk about the dirt mound in the construction zone behind her home. That's been taken care of without any notice of violation needing to be issued, so that's a positive. We've also had a couple of dead or dying trees pointed out to us. Joe and Greg, thank you so much. I think that we've been out to the homes there, and we're going to take the next step with the homeowner and do what we need to do. It was considered a dead tree, right, or a few dead ones, yeah. So thank you for the inspection. Just so the residents know, that's the process, right? If a dead tree is reported, we don't just cut it down. Arbor specialists like yourself, Greg, go out there and take a look at what's happening. With respect to zoning, we've seen a few applications, some for fences, a few more than I'd have expected for pergolas, which is a nice thing. And we're seeing an uptick in dumpsters and pod permits being asked for, so I got a feeling home improvement projects are going to start up. Maybe some supply chain woes have died down. I think it's business as usual for the building and zoning area, and very healthy if I can. On side projects, Angela's been noting about the borough website for quite a while now, and I think every department's getting their shot of using some of the new capabilities. So the building and the zoning department get questions all the time. They come in usually during business hours, and sometimes people complain they can't reach us. So we're going to be putting an FAQ on the website so people on their own time can start looking up the questions and seek the answers they need. And when it's not there, they'll call us. We're always there to take the calls. On a less positive note, and usually I am upbeat, right? We all knew that the mega apartment building project was slated to be going up in town. I've been reporting that they've been asking for their permits, and things have been in order, so I think we should all expect those projects to be starting very soon. Not something I'm looking forward to, nor many of the residents in town I talk to. But those are the breaks, that's the report, and like John said, back to you.
Okay. Well, it's better than the building being twice the size, which would have been what happened, which was what we would have gotten. Recreation and Fire, Councilman Pence.
Thank you, Mayor. Nothing for fire, but for the recreation, they're in the process of planning their annual spectacular for Saturday, October 28th. Details for this and all upcoming events, activities, sports, crafts, etc. will be sent out via email through the superintendent's Friday folder, posted on the rec Facebook website, as well as the borough website. That's all I got.
Thank you, Councilman. Health, Education, and Human Services, Councilman Scurries.
Thank you, Mayor. Last Friday, September 15th, I got a message. Well, a senior club member had COVID, so the club functions were closed until today. And also, Borough Clerk Angela has reported that the borough began the process of taking control of the senior center cameras. Hopefully they can be integrated and monitored by our police department. Other news, library again. Lorraine wishes to extend an invitation to the mayor and members of the council to attend the many library programs, which I'll be talking about right now. Children's programming first. September 22nd, Friday craft, ages 4-9 at 3:30. Monday, September 25th, Tween Diamond Art Craft, ages 10 to 14, 3:30 to 4:30. Monday, September 25th, bingo for 3 and up, 6:30 p.m. Tuesday, September 26th, PJ Storytime, 3 and up, 6:30. Wednesday, the 27th, Good Time String Band, 10:30, all ages. Thursday, September 28th, Learn to Paint, ages 5 to 12, 4 to 5 p.m. Monday, October 2nd, Oktoberfest program for ages 4 to adult, held from 7 to 8. Monday, October 2nd, also bingo will be held, ages 3 and up at 6:30. Tuesday, October 3rd, PJ Storytime again, 3 and up at 6:30. Adult programming, Thursday, the 21st of September, Yarnies, 2 to 4. Tuesday, September 26th, Spin a Yarn Night will meet from 5 to 8. Thursday, the 28th, Yarnies at night, 6 to 8. Tuesday, October 3rd, Paper Pals, 2 to 4 p.m. All program information can be found on the library website and Facebook page. Any questions families may have, please feel free to give the library a call, 908-276-2451. And that's all I have to report.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there a motion to accept and approve committee reports?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next for council consideration is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
I just want to hold on real quick if I can. I'd like to, I don't know if we can amend it or if I need to pull 212. It should be for appointing Michael Devlin, not Matt Devlin, Matt Devlin.
Yeah, I was like, who is that?
He was a policeman here, but he retired a long time ago.
So it's Michael.
Yeah, so it should be Michael Devlin.
Actually, I apologize. I spoke to him. He called about something, so that might have been on my mind. So can I just amend it right now?
Yeah, that's fine.
I apologize.
No worries. I just want to make sure that it's correct, that we don't appoint Matt Devlin because he lives over an hour and a half
No,
away.
he actually called me,
I don't
though.
think he
It
wants
was,
to take this ride
sorry.
as court officer.
Yeah, sorry.
His name was Mike.
I apologize.
No worries.
Okay, so are you good?
All good. Yeah, that was it. Just I wanted to make sure it was Michael Devlin instead of Matt Devlin.
Good catch.
Okay.
Do we have to pull it out of the consent?
No, you
or
just
we're
amend it
good?
on the floor, and then, as you just did, and then just...
Can I make a motion to amend that to Michael Devlin from Matt Devlin, please?
Second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next for council consideration is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Sorry, I'm coming.
Well, take your time.
Consent agenda consists of resolutions 2023-211 through 2023-220, with 212 being amended. These resolutions will be approved by one motion. All items will be recorded individually and full in the minutes. Councilman Finestrella.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Pence.
Yes.
Councilman Scarice.
Yes.
Councilman Zimmerman.
Yes.
Okay, is there a motion to open the floor to the public?
Motion.
Can we,
Oh,
Before we,
I don't think it matters, but if you want to go ahead, okay. We'll do that, then we'll do that
All right,
first.
before we do, thank you. I'd like to make a motion to terminate Dakotas and Fitzpatrick as our borough attorney.
Okay.
Second.
Do we need a, all in favor? Do we need a roll call for
Roll
that?
call, but give me one, sorry, I was
Okay,
just
nope,
taking
no
my
problem.
notes.
and then just for the record, that's a termination of as the borough attorney.
Correct.
You just said termination.
Just termination, yeah. Termination as borough attorney.
Terminate.
You're terminating Dakota's Fitzpatrick, Cole, and Giblin as the borough attorney.
Yeah. Did I not say that? Well, good.
Roll call is Councilman Finestrella.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Pence.
yes.
Councilman Scarice.
Yes.
Councilman Zimmerman.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Can I make a motion, or
Yeah.
Scott, do you want to make a motion, either
So I
way?
think Scott's going to make the motion.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Dakota's Fitzpatrick, Cole, and Gidwin appointed as the temporary special counsel until the borough attorney is appointed and approved by borough council.
Second.
Roll call is Councilman Finestrella.
Yes.
Councilman Moore.
Yes.
Councilman Pence.
Yes.
Councilman Scarice.
Yes.
Councilman Zimmerman.
Yes.
Okay. Now, is there a motion to open the floor to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone have anything to say for the good and well-being of Kenilworth? Please come forward and state your name and address.
Tony Sosnowski, 36 South 17th Street in
Hi,
Kenilworth.
Tony.
First, before I have something that I would like to bring, I would like to just make this statement. And I would like to, at this time, thank our police chief, Fred Seuss, for what he did to bring our community together and honor and with respect to those who we lost on September the 12th. So thank
11th,
you, Chief
yeah.
Seuss. Great job, greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Tony.
And at the last meeting that I attended, there seemed to be an issue at the senior center with cameras and the like. I would just like to let Mayor and Council know that today, and thank you, Chief, for your suggestion, everything went well. I went to the Senior Citizens Center. I spoke to two folks who were there, and I believe they are in charge of the lunch program. I told them why I was there, and I was there to check on the products and equipment that I purchased through donations from letters I wrote when I was the president of the Senior Citizens Club. I did go in and verify some of those items. However, I did not have access to other rooms, so my list is not complete. However, I would like to just go on record to say that all products purchased with the monies that were received from letters written by me as club president are being turned over to the town of Kenilworth. The security cameras and related equipment are relinquished to Police Chief Fred Seuss and the Kenilworth Police Department. I do have a list of items. I would like my legal team to go over it and make sure that I have listed it in accordance to the law, so to speak. And when that is done, I will have it notarized. And Mayor, I will make sure you receive a copy, Chief Seuss, and you, Miss Angela, our Borough Clerk. And it's a non-issue. There are a few items that were personally gifted to me, and people I spoke to said they had no problem. Whenever I'm ready, I can come in and pick them up. So it's all good. No one got upset. No one was,
Nice.
let me just say, everyone was personal, professional, and I had no problems. So I just wanted
Happy to
to
hear
bring
that.
this here. It's done. So, and I hope to have this reviewed and back within a few days, Mayor.
Okay. Thank you
for
very
your
much.
time.
Thank you.
Did we ask for a list?
I don't know what the conversation was, but.
I will just add that they have already given over the password, because I
Okay.
was over there earlier in the day as well. The cameras is, the password and access is
Okay.
over with the police
Great.
already.
I would also like to add, we probably should recommend adopting a resolution.
Oh, yes,
accepting-
you have to, yes, I did know, thanks.
And maybe change the password, not just...
Well, we did, but the first step, I went over there earlier in the morning with one of the detectives, and they gave it right over to me, so.
That's already done.
That was, yeah.
Got the
Figured.
admin password, change the admin password, the access password, so
Yeah,
Excellent, thanks.
it's all good.
yeah.
We're ready.
Kaysa Siri, 321 North 16th Street. I know, well, you guys probably thought I came up to complain, but I have pretty good praise for what happened. I've always been an advocate of safety. And before I start, what I've written down, and I promise, I'll be quick, I'll read it quick.
That's okay.
But these are things that just came to my head. I just have to say, the trees, all right. I just wanted to ask, do you know who trimmed the ones on Michigan? Is that county? Oh my God, that's gonna be a hazard because I swear, poles here, they trim the trees this way.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's,
One big wind, it'll go the whole way
Greg, do you
down.
know who did those?
That's asphalt.
Yeah, it's, they will just, I don't.
Do you know who did them or no?
Who trims a tree that way?
I hate when I see that.
I visit to them next week.
I don't know, but let me tell you, they took away, I don't understand why, but no, at least even it off.
Just real quick,
Okay, is it the,
Greg has a reply for you. He's our DPW
Yeah,
superintendent now.
County takes care of all their trees. The only time the borough will step in is if they're backlogged, but I'm planning on making a physical, personal visit to their shop next week because I got concerns of my own on the boulevard as well.
All right, well, I haven't seen the boulevard, but I've noticed on Michigan. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's one big wind's gonna come and
We have two oaks in front of the Mario Park that one dropped a limb so big it destroyed the fence. And
Yeah, I
that's
saw
what
that.
someone
I saw
said.
that, yeah, the fence is
And
dented.
we
our
want-
trees are big in town.
Yeah.
They're big.
They're big and they're getting old. And
Yes, very old.
We're gonna have the county, we want the county to test them first before they remove them because there's no physical signs of death, but as everyone knows, that one on Monroe didn't show that came down. So we wanna have them tested before they take them down, but, yeah.
Let's, when everything goes, sorry. No pun intended. Anyway, police, good, I'm glad to see that, like a blood drive. And with the picnic, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Was that your idea?
There was a lot of people.
Good. That's good. It works. And the website, I have to say, I was on it. It impressed me. Now, since the engineer's report was all about safety, that's what I just wanted to come up and say. Just bear with me because I have to read. This is what I think of. I want to thank whoever was in charge of making 20th Street between Washington and Monroe a one-way street. When I served on council 2 years prior, I had talked to several residents on the street because in my travels on that street, it was tough, if not impossible, for two cars to pass each other in two different directions, let alone trying to find space to pull over to be courteous so that an oncoming vehicle could pass by. The feedback I received from residents who live on the street was also negative as far as traffic goes. I did ask what they would like to see happen or transformed into, whether it be parking only on one side or having a one-way direction street. And the majority of the residents said they wanted the one-way street, since there wouldn't be enough parking for everyone anyway, because there's a lot of cars on that street. Plus it's narrow. So I had brought this up during my term, and as well as dangerous vehicular traffic, which in the past was installing the hawk light at the Mario Park to cross safety. It was the second one in all of Union County. Things were taken seriously as it should be since the safety of our town residents is on the top of the list. As far as other hazards, I am sure, or should I say, I hope they are being worked on to address various issues. But now I have noticed another issue that could very well become an accident waiting to happen. North 14th Street, the crosswalks, plural, that were painted on the street after I brought to mayor and council the fact of how dangerous it was to cross. After a survey was done for traffic and the issue of safe crossing for pedestrians attending Little League games was also addressed, they were painted. However, presently there is an issue with the sidewalk and/or blacktop of the crosswalk's continued path after the curbing. It's bad. The
Where on
crosswalk-
14th Street?
Yeah, I think it looks like water bubbled up or something, the way
But where are you talking about on 14th Street?
Right by the Little League field.
By the Little League field.
It's right on it's actually on the crosswalk.
All right.
Right, like the first one, and I was getting to that.
The first one on Monroe?
First one from 14th.
From
the light.
14th, okay, I know where.
The light.
Okay.
So, in walking there, I noticed not only was the sidewalk cracked and the blacktop crumbled in many areas within that path, but the holes and ditches were quite deep for people trying to traverse the area. I know in the past, the issue of the shoveled sidewalks in front of the residents' houses has also been an issue, and some people have fixed their sidewalks, as others have not. This hazard at the Little League field, I believe, is a town issue because the Little League field belongs to the Borough of Kenilworth. I am asking for somebody to survey the damage and try to resolve this issue before a lawsuit is started against our town for a fall that may happen when walking over this area. The aforementioned now brings me to another area of the town, the boulevard, trying to cross from one side to the other. Even though there are signs and crosswalks pretty much at every corner that meets the boulevard, there still is an issue with traffic, and I believe the engineer addressed it. If a vehicle should stop for a pedestrian to cross, which most of them do not, there is still a major issue with parallel lanes vehicle not stopping for whatever reason, their excuses, which could cause a major accident to a crossing pedestrian. I walk the dog a lot around town, and there is almost zero compliance with the law stopping for someone crossing the 4-lane roadway. Our police force is the best I have ever encountered in my whole life, and I say that with my whole heart. I know they're busy with many circumstances and emergency calls they respond to happen, but if they see this happen, not yielding to a pedestrian, I would hope that the driver will be issued a nice FP signs, because it'll help bring in some money for the town, and a lot of people do this, so. And that's as far as I go, as far as like safety, and Councilman Morrow, you saved my questions for Councilman, he's not here tonight, so thank you for that. I don't even have to answer the questions. Thank you.
Before you go,
Yeah.
talking about the trees, is where the power lines run?
Yes.
Yep.
County has nothing to do with it. You have to call public service. It's, I believe they're Asplund is the company.
They're the subcontractor for them, yeah.
Right, and they do hack the crap out of the trees.
Yeah, they do. It's
Oh my
right.
God, no, seriously, because it caught my eye. 'cause
It's such a shame.
I'm waiting for a tree in front of my house to just go into the boulevard.
Yeah.
The whole side is
I believe
gone.
it. It's just, why do they do that?
Not only does it look bad, but
There's a way to do it, and even it off.
see how the
I mean,
tree
you don't
survives it.
Leave like
You have to
branches
call
all
public
over the
service
place.
to
Yeah,
complain.
I agree, Scott, I agree. Thank you. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening, and I thank you for doing and carrying out things in this town.
thank you.
Thank you, have a good night.
Anyone else? Okay, seeing no one, I'd like a motion to close the floor for the public discussion.
Motion?
Second.
Does anyone have anything to say for the good and welfare of the borough? Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.